First of all, I want to start by saying happy Thanksgiving, everyone. And I just want to say that I am thankful for all the support I've gotten the past couple of months. I asked to hit 300 subscribers last video. We did that. So now we're on our way working to get to 400 subscribers. So I am very thankful to all my subscribers and all the people who have watched and commented and liked and have been with me since I first started this channel, and I'm just very excited to see it growing, and I hope we can keep it going. So definitely keep communicating in the comment section, liking the video, watching, telling a friend, all that good stuff. But in this video, I want to talk about things Met fans should be thankful of, because I know that it definitely has been rough for Met fans. No question about it. The past few years, them not making the playoffs after being in the World Series of 2015. We really thought that they'd be able to build on that, and they haven't done it. But you know what? Now that it's a new era with a new owner, you feel like there is more to be excited about if you are a Mets fan. I think that's where we should start first. I think the thing that we should be most thankful for is that Steve Cohen is the owner of the Mets, because that is where all of it's going to change, because that is where the biggest impact could happen to the team, especially personnel-wise. I mean, having someone who is the richest owner in baseball, who says they're going to spend like a big market team, not spend like drunken sailors, but still just change the mentality of the Mets, because the Mets did not spend like a big market team. They always try to get the veteran deal, the cheap deal, and you hope that that's not going to be the case anymore. And it's not something you have to worry about anymore, like, oh, you know, the Mets have to be very careful about who they pick because they're only going to get a few guys. Well, now we're like, okay, well, we could actually dream and think about these star players actually coming to the Mets. You know, hear this report that maybe the Mets want to get two out of the big four, out of Springer and Real Muto and Bauer and Lindor. That would be great if the Mets could get two of them, because those guys are big-time impact players that would have a big-time impact on the Mets. So I'm just very thankful that Steve Cohen is the owner, and I think all Met fans are. The second thing Met fans should be grateful for is that Sandy Alderson is back in town and is going to be running the show. Now, I know Sandy, he didn't make the greatest free agent signings every now and then. You know, guys like Jay Bruce, other players like Swarzak, you know, didn't turn out too well, but I think all in all, Sandy knows what he's doing. And for the most part, Sandy is a very smart baseball operations guy. And I think that he definitely is not going to make some of the very foolish moves that Brodie Van Wagenen would do. I mean, the way Brodie was so willing to just completely gut the farm system, just get rid of pitching prospects just for nothing, really just get rid of them. We don't need them, even though you actually do need them. Sandy isn't going to do dumb stuff like that anymore, and I'm not worried that the Mets are going to do something really, really dumb. I feel like between Cohen and Sandy, they're going to make smart moves, so that's something I don't really worry about as much. When Sandy and Steve make the choices of who those big-time players are going to be for the Mets, I have a feeling that they're going to be the right ones, because they're going to be very diligent with this process, because, you know, some teams have made a couple of signings. Obviously, I made the video about the Braves getting Charlie Morton, but I think that the Mets, you know, they're not just going to rush into it. They're not going to be like, okay, Bauer, what do you want? Here you go. I think they're definitely going to be smart with it. They're going to evaluate the market, see what teams want. On Steve Cohen's interview on SNY, he said that, you know, in this kind of market, the Mets could be able to get players at prices that they normally wouldn't. So that shows you that the Mets are waiting out the market and they're trying to make smart business moves. And that just goes along with what Sandy is all about, making smart moves. So I definitely am thankful that Sandy is back, and he's not going to do a bunch of craziness that Brodie Van Wagenen would. The next thing that Mets fans have to be grateful for is Jacob deGrom. I mean, I know some people think that maybe the Mets should trade him. I had someone comment that, but I think all in all, you can't be mad having the best pitcher in baseball. And a guy that, like, not only is deGrom great, he is durable, he is reliable, like, he's always good. He's out there just about every single 5 days. And the other thing about Jake is just the personality that is, that even though the Mets have been so bad and have really been ruining his career, Jacob deGrom should have so many more wins than he has, but you don't hear a word about him complaining. He just says that they're upset that they're losing, but he doesn't throw his team under the bus. Nothing like that. I mean, Jacob deGrom, he's just such a professional, and he's such a great guy and such a great pitcher. So I am so thankful that deGrom is a Met, and I hope that, you know what, that deGrom does not opt out. And even if he does opt out, that the Mets give him a big-time contract that he deserves. Because deGrom is a guy who, he's aging well. You know, we talk about players, some of the free agents that are out there right now, guys like Springer and Bauer and these guys, oh, they're in their 30s now. They're on the decline. Jacob deGrom does not look like he is on the decline. I mean, in fact, last start against Washington, the radar gun said 102. So if anything, deGrom's getting better with time. So you have to be extremely thankful that the Mets have him under an extension, and he's aging well. So, I mean, you can't get better than that. Next thing that Met fans should be grateful for, at least I know I am, is Jeff McNeil. I think that Jeff McNeil does not get enough credit. I think Jeff McNeil is really underrated because he does so much for this team. When the Cano suspension happened, it wasn't a problem at all, because guess what? Jeff Jeff McNeil gets to slide right into second base and be the second baseman, because that is how versatile he is. If the Mets had a problem in the outfield, boom, Jeff McNeil goes to the outfield. Jeff McNeil's versatility is irreplaceable. And not only does McNeil play second base or play left field or play right field, he is the best hitter on the team. Pure hitter. A guy that hits for an above 300 average every single year. Jeff McNeil puts the ball in play, doesn't strike out, has such heart, such competitive spirit. I mean, when McNeil crashed into the wall in left field and got injured, I mean, that shows you how much heart he has, how much he wants to win, how competitive he is. And you also see that with how hard he runs into first base. You see that when he messes up and you hear him say a really loud curse word, especially this year when there were no fans in attendance. We heard McNeil say a lot of not the greatest of words, but he did it out of competitive spirit, out of wanting to do well, out of wanting to help the team. And I just think that he is someone that just does not get enough credit. He deserves an extension because he does everything for this team. And he is just very, very important, and I'm so glad that Jeff McNeil is a Met. The next guy the Met fans should be thankful for is Michael Conforto. I mean, the thing about Conforto is he came up in 2015 as a rookie, and he did a great job. It was one of the main reasons why the Mets were able to turn around in 2015 and go on a run and get into the playoffs. And then once he got to the playoffs, he took Michael Kadira's job with how well Conforto played. Conforto followed that up with hitting big postseason home runs, particularly in the World Series in Game 4, where he hit 2 home runs in one game. Even though the Mets lost, Conforto did all that he could. And ever since then, he has been, again, like deGrom, a constant professional. A great guy on the field and off the field. All-star in 2017. 2019, good power numbers. And then 2020, put it all together. Above 300 average. Not always swinging for the fences. Taking the ball to opposite field more frequently. Shortening up his swing. Taking the single. Taking the double. Getting on base. Playing good defense. Being the team's captain. When there was adversity, when there was COVID, when there were games being protested, Conforto was the guy that the team, relied on to be the captain and be the guy making the decisions for the team. So I think we have to be very grateful for Michael Conforto. And just in general, just be grateful that the Mets have a young core. I mean, we could point out particular guys like McNeil, like Conforto, but just you could go on and on. Alonso, Nimmo, JD Davis, Rosario, Jimenez. You could go on and on with all the young players that the Mets have that they're very important to their team. And I just think that, Cohen talked about having a good core, and the Mets do have that, because when you have guys like Alonso and McNeil and Conforto, that's something to build around. That's something to build upon. So that's a great place to start. And Cohen talked about the team having holes. We know pitching and catching, and they're going to try their best to address it. And you know what? I hope that the Mets get the right guys. And not only that, but then those guys do well. It would be really unfortunate if the Mets got maybe 2 of these big-time free agents, and then they are those guys that don't perform in New York and aren't the same players that they used to be. That would definitely be extremely frustrating, but you just got to hope for the best and just be thankful that it's a new day, and that that the Mets are going to be better than what they've been in the past. That just the whole mentality of them is going to be different. There's going to be old-timers days. The black jerseys are probably going to come back, which I'm very excited about because I love the black jerseys. So I'm very, very happy to see that come back. But you just know that things are going to be different. Cohen's going to interact with the fans more. Fan Fest, Fan Appreciation Day. All that is just going to be really exciting stuff. And who knows what other ideas Cohen and the rest of the Mets will come up. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoy your Thanksgiving. And until the next time, be safe, be smart, be healthy, and have a good one, everyone. Let's go Mets!